Hey there, guys. Welcome back to 2022. The year is gone. Gone. 21. Out the door. This thing. Maybe like that. Hi, it's me. I'm NibletK. And I welcome thee to the new year, 2022. It is this year's resolution that is going to push me towards greatness. I hope. Why? Well, today is a special day. Let's start with that. Today is a special day. On this day is our 5-year anniversary since we first uploaded our first YouTube video. So it's our 5-year anniversary of being a YouTuber, content creator, and all that other can of worms that has been opened up with that journey. Now that said, I feel like as long as my journey was, I am exactly at ground point zero. Now, granted, that's not entirely true. I'm like at 0.0011001 or something on that line. I have gotten a lot of knowledge, a lot of fun, met some people, and we did some stuff. Definitely learned a lot of shit. But that being said, we're still at ground zero. We are not great. Not the great thing that I know me, with you guys, can be. Happy New Year, Cam. Thanks for dropping by as usual. Now here's the dealio. First things first. I want to celebrate my 5-year anniversary with you guys. Then we're gonna go on a little journey of watching something on YouTube that is going to change everything from this point on. And it is by doing that I will open up to all of you. I'm gonna ask for the ultimate help. The ultimate cry out for help. I need you guys to help me be the best that I can be. Okay, that being said, let's get straight into it. Celebrating today, I've dabbled into opening this bad boy. So, how should I do this? 5 years on YouTube? Hell yeah, let's one thing on my list has always been a bar, like bar stuff. Drinking whiskey specifically. I like how whiskey looks, how whiskey smells. I like rum. Rum is also really cool. I basically like pirate drinks, pirate themed stuff. I'm gonna go on this little journey with you guys and tell you even more that I really enjoy a lot of cool shit, especially Pete's Pirate Life. Okay, that is something for the soul. This is a really old knife that I got from my grandpa, I think. No, I'm pretty sure. And I just like it. I got it a long time ago. Anyways, let's get into whiskey. I want to get more into, first of all, whiskey plain. So plain whiskey. I could never truly appreciate or drink whiskey alone. So not mixed with cola or Pepsi, which is kind of like the go-to. Okay, I'm getting in here. Oh, lol. That's not a lie. I'm never gonna lie to you guys. That's one thing that's gonna be like always a thing. I'm not gonna throw away the box. At least not now. So we got, this is probably gonna be one of my favorite glasses, obviously. Jack Daniels is my favorite whiskey up until now because, like I said, I'm not a whiskey drinker. I do not know very much, but I have been on the 3Js, and out of the 3Js, Jack, Johnny, and Jim, Jack Daniels is my favorite. Now, granted, like I said, I drank it with cola. I think this is just done. Yeah, okay, we're good. Now, nice glass. We got the Gentleman Jack over here with the Jack Daniels logo. On the bottom, we have a nice engraving. Okay. Double. Wait, what does it say? Okay. Double charcoal mellowed. Established in 1988. Okay. Ooh, that is trippy. You need a good cigar as well. I've been watching a lot of Jeremy Sires. Sires. And he's like the dude that inspires me to be more manly. Like, he's got the beard. He's kind of a dork, which I like. He likes tech. He has tats. He has a good physical body, so he's in good shape. Not exaggerated in any way, shape, or form. He loves whiskey and cigars and coffee, obviously. He does great videos. And he's also like a big fan of Peter McKinnon, which obviously strike all of my check boxes. So anyway, what a lot of people are gonna hate me right now for doing is, first of all, I'm gonna put ice, and yes, this is like the 2-cent ice tray that nobody wants to see in any drinking channel, but it's what I got. And one thing I learned from whiskey drinkers is there's always gonna be people that call out blasphemy. That is not how you drink whiskey. Second of all, whiskey should be drank the way you like it. That is the correct way of drinking whiskey. It's not necessarily plain, on the rocks, dry, mixed, whatever. Whatever you like, that is the way to drink whiskey. Because you're the one drinking it. You're not forcing it down somebody else's throat. That's what she said. Yeah. All right. Oh, that's cool. So what I'm gonna do is hopefully not spill everything over here. I'm gonna try it plain a little bit. It's just a little sip. Ooh. All right. It's got some fire to it. I think they're all like 40% proof or something like that. Yeah, 40% volume. Most whiskeys are like 40% anyways, but I hear there's difference in how smooth they are. Like this one has a nice burn. My tongue is numb. But anyway, right now we're gonna go ahead and fill my little glass. What I like about the glass, one more thing about the glass, is that you have the markers on the back for the 2 ounces and 4 ounces. I think that's how centiliters, ounces. So you kind of know how much to pour. Yeah, that's literally how much you're kind of supposed to pour in a glass, like 1 finger. That's it. The glass is that big. Why is it that big? Well, in theory and in practice, it's either to have like a big ice cube, which helps dilute the whiskey, which also can open the flavors up and really bring out more aroma, or like I said, dilute the whiskey, making it more smooth to drink, apparently. And I'm actually gonna put like all the ice, I don't even care. And lastly, it would be to make mixology. So basically, make cocktails. Specifically stirred cocktails for this kind of thing. So I filled this up with ice, and I'm gonna try to put like the nice amount that it says over there. I went a little bit overboard. Now, on the topic of ice, another thing that I've learned is very simple. Why do people? Why did I say that people are gonna say blasphemy on my cheap ass ice tray? People want clear ice. Why? Because 1, it looks cool. 2, you get a big cube which dissolves slower because of volume first, and second of all, because being clear, it has no air bubbles. Those are the impurities, the air bubbles that are trapped inside of the ice. See? Over there. That's all the air that couldn't that was trying to escape somehow by, I don't know. It's a weird process. To make clear ice, you need like a directional freezing. So you would like freeze the water from one side to the other, and you would push the air towards one spot, and then all the rest would be clear. And that's how they get those nice clear ices, is because all the air is pushed to a side, which you just get rid of, and then you're left with like a big chunk of clear ice. So let's try this shit. Here's to another 5 years. this is why I'm celebrating today, actually, on the topic of celebration. Today is our 5-year anniversary since we started this journey with YouTube, with being a content creator, with trying this thing out. Today is also the day that I'm gonna give myself 5 more years to make something of this. After which, I'm kind of gonna, smooth it out and kind of pull the plug and just leave it as a hobby. A hobby that you do from time to time just to have fun, not really giving a shit of how good or bad it is. But the next 5 years, starting today, we're giving it all that I can. So here's to that. Here's to the commitment. Thank you to all of you that are still by my side and have been for the past days, weeks, months, years. And here's to all of you new folks that are gonna join, because I really need you, like I said that. So, cheers. Cheers, gentlemen. Oh, now that is so much smoother. You kind of want to drink it as fast as possible, as in not necessarily like a shot. First of all, it's cold, and that is already cool, no puns intended, but it has a different, I don't know how to describe it. But then as the ice melts, the water dilutes the alcohol, making it not as much of a strong drink as it was like plain. There's definitely still a lot to it. I guess this is one of those things that the more you do it, the more you get used to it. It's exactly like, okay, I'm gonna say smoking. No one really can smoke from the beginning. Probably most of everyone that's a smoker hated it at first. There's the coughing, there's the bad throat thing, whatever. Smoking is bad anyways, but just becomes a thing of the more you do it, the more you kind of want it and like it. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, we're done on that. We're done on the first topic. Hey, kudos to me. I want to get back into the habit of actually doing YouTube videos. Now, as you guys know, I feel a little bit strange and claustrophobic here inside of my huge empty room right now, being trapped in this corner, having kind of like a I would say invisible canvas in front of me that kind of pulls me back on whatever is that I'm doing. I can't really be like 100%, like I can't really give like the 110% that I would normally want to give out. I'm therefore at about maybe 69%. Nice. Due to the fact that this is the only time that I can do this, and it is already like 8:30 almost p.m. It is the time where my daughter goes to sleep. Obviously, I can't be too loud because I'm just gonna wake her, because she's in the other room, and walls are thin, doors are not really closed because of cat reasons, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my big excuse. I would like to have my own room or studio or place. Like I said, I want to bring back more video content that is specifically dedicated video content on the side. Doing it with the camera. I actually enjoy and love utilizing the camera and just making videos. We're gonna bring that back. It's gonna be a hard, painful process due to the fact that I actually think of doing a small studio in the basement. Now, I actually am gonna do like a small documentary, maybe, but I'm taking you guys along the way as much as I can, everywhere I can. Okay? That's a given. Because without you being there and helping me and guiding me, supporting me, I feel like I can't really do it. I could probably do it alone, but I there's like this pulling motivation that just drowns out your inspiration for doing anything. It's the same as procrastinating. It's a lot easier than actually doing something productive. That is why working out or doing anything with someone else is always going to be more productive or more fun, or you're going to do actually something with someone than alone. It's just our human nature. So yeah, chapter closed. Let's go now and be inspired. Oh boy. First things first, I just want to say we're gonna watch Ludwig. He has the don't start streaming before watching this video. Now, I have watched this video before. I'm gonna react to it again with you guys live, and we're actually gonna go through the steps and do some things on the side while watching this. Here goes nothing.
So I tweeted out, like this tweet if you want to become a big streamer. And I tweeted this for 2 reasons. 1, I wanted Twitter likes. Please follow me on Twitter for the love of God.
Good for you. Good for you.
I don't have enough followers, and I need more because bigger number equal better person.
Bigger number equal better person. He's such a goofball sometimes. Here's to you, Ludwig, as well. Cheers. Truly an inspiration to many. He's the guy. What a BS? No, it's not BS. He's just making fun. He's making fun of a reality that is kind of comprehended amongst our society. So yeah, that was like a sign language right now that meant my wife's gonna go take a shower and I'm supposed to be attentive, if that's a word, to see if my daughter wakes up. So I'm kind of on duty as well. Bigger number equals better person. Good. That's exactly what we want.
I'm only okay person. I want to be great person. Great person, 1 million, 1 million, big person, better person. And also, I was genuinely curious how many people want the job of a streamer. I remember Mr. Beast tweeted something similar maybe a few months ago about being a YouTuber, and it had hundreds of thousands of likes. I think people like the idea of being a streamer or YouTuber or content creator really in any fashion because, well, let's just be frank, it allows you to play video games for a living, make your own hours, and potentially make buku bucks.
Okay, I'm gonna emphasize on these things. Yes, and hell yes. That is 100% true and accurate. We all want that. Obviously. It is the dream job of our generation. Currently, the dream job of our generation is to be some sort of content creator. I'm gonna stick with the term of content creator. there's also the term influencer, which is also kind of the same thing, but not really. Yes, influencers also get to be called influencers because they have content, they create content, and that content lets them influence other people and get sponsored by big brands and stuff like that. It's a little bit different from the whole content creator aspect of being a streamer, because your content is basically you want to play games. That's not the hugest content in the world, as in approachable, easy to use, because millions of people are doing it. It's hard to stand out in something that millions of people are doing it. People that are doing it right are already at the top, and being a little fish just thrown into a pond with 1,000 other small fish, you're not gonna get noticed. That's just a given fact.
And so I thought it would be helpful if I imparted some of my knowledge to Twitch chat and to YouTube on how to make it as a streamer. At least
Thank
as far
you, Lud.
as I know. I'm not the end-all authority on this. I really don't believe that I am. But I think that I've never really seen a big streamer talk about it. Either because they don't want to, or most likely because they're just lazy and can play video games and get more viewers anyway than making a...
You guys see how he does his content, and this is actually genius, and also like the fastest and easiest and laziest way of doing it. He's just live. He does the things. He has segments. He's gonna talk about that soon. He has like specific things that he knows, like a topic or whatever he's gonna revolve around doing. I gotta go. Okay, we're still good for now. I lost my train of thought. I don't remember where we were. Oh yeah, he does segments. He edits it really good so that he can shorten like his segment into the shortest possible form of content media that he can post to YouTube, because you want fast-paced, shorter videos. Choo-choo train.
20-slide PowerPoint presentation that probably took them a few hours, and they misspelled a lot, and don't make fun of them for doing that. So that's what I did, and we're going to take a look at it here today. All the knowledge I have rolled up into one PowerPoint presentation, and the PowerPoint presentation is called How to Make It Big as a Streamer. That is the entire goal of all this, is making it big as a streamer. You know, because it's
obviously
not that fun to
thank you very
stream,
much, Ludwig.
not have
Tell
viewers
me,
or
teach me,
not make
senpai.
money
Also,
from it. So I get
probably
it.
gonna
I get
go
it.
this
A lot of people want this job, and this is the start. Why listen to me?
I don't want to
That's a
cover
fair
him
question. Well, I'll tell you why. Growth. I'm now the 42nd biggest streamer on Twitch.tv. Not flexing, just stating facts.
up. Not flexing.
This is my chart line from Q1 of 2019 up until December of last year. And let me tell you, January, even better. Now, hey, I'm not the biggest. I'm not the brightest. I'm not the first, and I won't be the last. But I'm just a guy telling you what I've learned in my 2.5 years, almost 3, of being a streamer. So stick around. You might learn something. And while you're here, subscribe. Hey, it only takes a few seconds. You know, sometimes the YouTube algorithm will unsubscribe you. Maybe double check. Turn it from red to gray. I'd appreciate it.
He's good. He's really good on that. every time he does it. He does it in every video. Every video. No shit's given. That is a must. That is dedication. That is skill that you learn to do. It's common marketing strategy, I guess, but it's a necessary evil that has to be done. Given the fact that this job requires you to do it. Like I said, simple knowledge, but you need it.
Get it. And let's get on with the show. With the first and most important part, do you want to be a streamer? That's it. That's how it starts. This is it. Now, maybe on the surface level, you'll be thinking, well, yeah.
Okay. 1. Do you wanna be a streamer? Yes.
Yeah, I want to be a streamer. Are you kidding me? I play video game, make millions of dollars, work on own hours? What? Yes, I want to be a streamer. Well, think about it a little bit deeper. Don't just think, do you want? Think, why do you want? What do you want out of it? Let's just do a quick poll in chat. How many people want to be streamers? So it's like most people in this chat like the idea of being a streamer. All right. Every single person who said yes, whether you said it to yourself or you voted, whatever it is, you need to do this right now. Write this down. This is not a joke. I'm being very serious.
Okay, let's listen to him.
I want you to write this down. I know it's a bit corny. All right. Try to do it on pen and paper. If you don't have it, you can do it on your phone notes and take a screenshot. But really, actually do this. Write this down. 3 things.
All right. So this is what he wants us to do. So the answer to the why, I guess he goes into this whole shtick of giving yourself some goals. Okay. So start date. It's very easy for me because today is our 5-year anniversary since we all started this. So it's the 4th of January and we are now in 2022. Significant year, apparently, after all the corona bullshit that's in this world. Things are bound to change, or people want to feel the change that they're doing.
First of all, if you want to be a streamer, when are you going to start? Set a hard start date when you're actually going to start. If you've already started
today. So next we got 1 year goals. Now for me, it's actually a 5-year journey that I'm giving myself.
Maybe this is the date that you're going to start your YouTube, or
but we're going to go with it on a year-by-year basis.
Just write some date where you're going to start achieving something you've been saying you're going to do. Number 2, write your goals for 1 year out. This can be for the start of 2022, maybe 1 exact year, maybe a few months. It doesn't really matter. All you need to do is have a set period of time and goals you would like to achieve by the end of that set period of time. Now, look, this is not your end goals. If you want to be the biggest streamer in the world, you don't have to write, I want to be the biggest streamer in the world by 2022. It's not really realistic. But you can write goals on the way to your final goal. And it's okay if you don't have everything figured out. At least write something down that you would like to do. And hey.
Okay. I mean, I got a couple of goals over here. for the first year. So one of them is a complete brand reset of NibletK. Then, second goal after that is the community growth plus help plus decisions. I'm gonna get back to that in just a sec. Now, I would say these are kind of like sub goals that I want to focus on. So first of all, YouTube vids, obviously, and some of the sub things that I would like to really get into, at least this year, is the pirate bar. Let's just call it that. I don't know exactly how the whole thing is gonna evolve, but the thing is, I want to make a bar. I want to learn a little bit more about alcohol, drinking, about whiskey, about mixing drinks. They all look so pretty. I think they're easier to digest. Anyways, those are like 3 interesting. Obviously, like the big goal is to stream games, which we're gonna do. That is the end goal we're gonna go for. There's one more thing. One big thing. I want to learn and promote more nerd culture. I'm gonna put something in quote marks, which is very stupid in my head, but it has sort of an idea, sort of a spark in my brain. I just forgot it. I think I called it the Nerd Model Agency. It sounds so stupid, but it is what it is. It's a thing that helps me recollect my thoughts on the idea itself. Okay, those are the first things.
This doesn't have to be numbers. Like, streaming doesn't necessarily imply you need to be a big streamer. Maybe your goal is just to make a community that you really like being a part of. Maybe it's just to record all of your Rocket League gameplay, in which case it's very easy to achieve your goals. Success isn't based on how big of a streamer you are. It's based off the goals you set and your ability to achieve them in a certain time frame. All right? That's what I think, at least. That's how I've done things, and that's what I'm telling you to do. It's my advice to you. And then the final thing to write down, 3 to 5 creators you want to emulate. Not necessarily that you like, because maybe you like Shroud, but you don't frag like Shroud frags. So write someone that you like that you think you could emulate. Here's an example of mine. I've done this. I know I'm being a bit corny, but this really happened. I did this in 2018. I wrote down all my goals. I didn't actually just do it for stream. I did it at New Year's. I did it for many different things in life, but these are my stream ones. I wanted to hit 2,000 subs, 100,000 followers, 1 million unique viewers. I wanted to be punctual, and I wanted to go full time. And I went 4 for 5. 4 for 5.
Look at his chat, laughing out loud. due to the fact that punctual was a thing. Creators to emulate. Sounds legit.
Is pretty good. That is pretty good. 4 for 5. We'll take 80%. That's a B minus. That's a 3.0. Almost 2.667. Still pretty close. Still pretty close. At the end of the day, I was able to set goals and then hit them. I hit these goals by the end of 2018. And then I was able to keep going. Part of the reason you do this is because, hey, it's very obvious that streaming's not for everyone. It's also obvious that it's better to take a shot on something than to never try it and regret that. But how do you know how long to do it or what to do? Well, this does that all for you. If you write down your goals and you set a time frame to hit the goals in, then at the end of the period, right, at the end of next year, 2022, you can reflect. You can be like, hey, I went 0 for 5. My goal was to hit 100 average viewers, and I'm at 15. Maybe I am not cut out for being a big streamer. And that's an honest conversation you can have with yourself, but only if you do the work now to set goals, to set a time frame, to understand it, rather than just kind of 9 to 5 grind. I just go
There's no 9 to 5 grind for me. So what he's saying here is we have to be smart about the goals revolving the content that we want to make. The goals help us push towards achieving the things that we set out to do, pushing us to create the things that we want to create. That is hard for me due to my very small window of opportunity where I have the chance to actually work and do this. And second of all is fatigue. I am on a whole different real life schedule starting from 4 a.m. in the morning up to 8 p.m. I am like 100% dedicated to going to work, coming home, being a husband, being a dad, doing all that I can around the house, driving wherever need be for whatever reasons, shopping, paying bills, whatever, a whole lot of things. Getting all of those done, helping with cooking or just cooking on my own or whatever. Doing all of the things. Again, being a dad, taking care of the little kid. She's 9 months old now. 9 months old now. She is exhausting. We're first-time parents, obviously. We're in situations where we don't necessarily know if everything's good, not good, if we're doing the right thing. We stress ourselves out with a lot of things. Obviously, sometimes it gets easier, sometimes it gets harder. It's not a given fact. It's not a video game where you just level up and that is it. It's life. And it's very draining. It takes a huge toll on your energy, on your way of being joyful, keeping an up spirit. It's very hard to keep up with everything. That is why I also want to. The changing of the brand that I was saying is not just the pixels on the YouTube banner or the logo or whatever. It's me. It's changing me, resetting me. I am the brand NibletK. And with you, we also build the community behind NibletK. That is all that has to change. For that, I need to be the best version that I can be. So I need to change the way I eat, the way I exercise, which I don't. And I should. And we have to start that as well. That's gonna be probably the hardest thing for me to do, due to the fact that it takes time and I need to squeeze it in somewhere where I don't have the time. But it has to be done. Because it's for my health, for my mental health, and anyone who's going through this will concur that these things are very important. Because you burn out in real life, you burn out. Sure, I can burn out with this whole streaming thing. I can just pull the plug. I am still at ground zero. For me, it's not a big problem. I haven't gotten to a point where I would say that I'm losing things. I'm losing it for my own, which is also gonna probably reflect on my day-to-day life, on my family, on myself, on my job, on my friends. They're all connected. Everything's connected. So that's why we need to take it back down to the whole ground level, like I was saying, and start over. Small steps, but definitely gonna do everything in our power to do that. And now let's continue.
Live, I'm just doing my thing. I've been doing this since 2018. That's all shit. All right, at least
That's
set
all shit.
yourself some sort of time frame so you have some sort of growth and progression that you can accurately and objectively look back on. I've also put the 5 streamers that I liked and thought I could emulate. CD the Third, I think he was one of the best streamers, still is, in terms of integrating music. If you've ever thought, like, damn, Ludwig uses music well on stream, that's because CD the Third. Nick Merckx, he's great with his community, and he added stakes to every single Fortnite game. He taught me a bit about stakes. He taught me a lot about community. Soda, I've always thought was like the GOAT streamer. I thought he was like the best streamer. I know nowadays he just does whatever the fuck he wants, but I thought through and through, in terms of like, if you were to look at any streamer, I still think Soda Poppin' probably the GOAT. Clint, I thought his YouTube was some of the best shit. He was able to turn just random streams into really good YouTube videos, and he was very personable. But, you know, obviously I can't emulate Clint to a T. He has this ability that every single fucking human on earth just loves Clint Stevens no matter what. I don't have that. You can think I have that. I promise you I don't have that. And then finally, Mango, a man who has maybe 1,000 viewers, 2,000 viewers, but 10,000 subs. If you sub to him, unsub, and then resub 3 months later, this is true, Mango will remember, and he'll call it out. He'll be like, oh, Pirate Oliver, hey, you're a resub, aren't you? You used to sub like 3 months ago. And so his ability to remember made people, and he has this superpower, I truly believe, to make people feel so included, which sometimes involves making people feel very excluded so that everyone else feels included. But that's besides the point. That's my 5.
Quick break to write things down. I have 4. Probably gonna have more. I'm gonna show you what I wrote down. So I actually have, like, my go-tos are Peter McKinnon and Jeremy Sires. They're very similar in what they do, just the content is a whole lot different. He also emulates a lot from Peter McKinnon and is a big fan of Peter McKinnon. Peter McKinnon is videography and photography, amongst other things that he's passionate about. But those are his main things, and the videos shine through that. He is more about whiskey and cigars and man shit, which is also something that is very intriguing to me. So a lot of things to learn and to emulate from that. that I actually want to go into. And then streaming wise, my all-time favorite is obviously Carnage. That is my go-to. That is my mentor. That is what I would love to do as a job. Play video games, have a great community behind me, and just do cool shit. And then there's Eat Me JP, which in coexistence with Co and Ezekiel the Third also have a podcast, which is my favorite podcast, named Dropped Frames. But where Eat Me JP shines, and what I love about him, is I don't necessarily watch him for playing the games, because I watch Co more, and Co is like almost all the time on. But Eat Me JP does a lot of shows. So he knows how to do a lot of content, create interesting content around specific shows that he does. And I like that. I like that idea, and I think I can do that because I am an idiot at heart. I have a lot of ideas. The deers. Let's get back to Ludwig. Now, I'm not going to write Ludwig down. Ludwig is an inspiration, but I can never emulate Ludwig.
Didn't write anything down, but you want to be a streamer. This is the
Because it
number
would come
one
off
best
very
thing
wrong.
you can do. The absolute only lesson to take away from today if you want to bake it big on Twitch. Quit. Fucking quit right now. That is my advice to you. Yeah.
Thank
If
you.
you didn't even take the 1 to 2 minutes to write something down from a man who is a top 100 streamer who knows a thing or two, then I promise you, you will not make it through 1 viewer streams for 5-6 hours at a time. It's gonna be miserable. You're gonna hate it. It's not gonna be fun, and you're not gonna achieve your goals if you.
It's actually true. This what he's actually blabbering about, the whole quitting thing, is what I actually did for 5 years. I basically was in a standstill. I could say I quit every time, and then started something over, and then quit again very fast. Like I said, new year, hopefully new beginnings. Hopefully I can do something.
Didn't even write them down
5 years
in the first place. And this is not trying to be mean, but let's just take a guess. Chat, I want you to guess right now. Tell me the number of people who streamed last month. 50,000. Sure. 650,000. Wow.
Hey there's Craft.
5 million.
Hello.
Okay. Sure. Big range. It is 6.9 million.
69. Nice.
Million unique streamers every month. Streaming is not as it was in 2013. It is very well known.
We already know. People that get into streaming watch the top streamers. Then they start watching videos like this one about how to be a streamer. And we see all the shiny gear and all the hype games that they play and all the hours that they do it in. And we kind of want to emulate that. It's not that. You can have, he's going to say this in just a second. You can have you can have money to spend and do whatever you want on stream. Whatever you want. It doesn't matter. If you don't promote yourself outside of the streaming, of Twitch, of YouTube, or whatever the platform is where you're gonna stream, if you don't promote yourself outside, you're not gonna bring people to watch you at all.
It is very mainstream and it is very competitive. If you wanted to become the best employee at Walmart, the largest company in the world in terms of numbers of employees, you'd have to beat out
If I'm being honest, I don't like hype streamers. Hey, I don't watch hype streamers either. I'm just watching Ludwig now for this specific content because he actually, love him or hate him, he emphasizes and puts the dots exactly where they have to be. He hits the head on the nail with all of this. I'm not for hype streamers. I just told you guys my favorite streamer is Carnage. He's like the most chill ass dude in regards to games. He just loves playing video games. He has a nice community behind him. He doesn't do all that hype thing. He plays games that he loves and that the community loves. That's it. And I like him for that. Not really. I think so. He's not I mean, obviously it's his job. He's going to dabble into certain things that are going to help him make a little bit more money or something that is trending and he likes that. He's going to give it a shot. But he's not going to play like secret auto pets or whatever it's called just because everyone else is playing it. And it's very fun. And if he does, he's gonna like do it for a stream or something like that. He's more inclined on playing games with rich story and seeing it through for good causes. That's just my opinion. You're talking about Ludwig, but okay. Don't know exactly what you meant about that, but we'll get back to that. So let's get back to Ludwig.
2.2 million people. That's just the number.
Ludwig's a really
you
smart guy.
Bagger, you have to be a better
and yes, he
stalker,
is one of those hype streamers, but he's not the extreme as some of them are.
In the world. It is 3 times harder to do that on Twitch. And look, I know that some of these streams might only do it once and whatever, but at least you can try to gauge the numbers. Just for even more reference, there are 45.
What I like about Ludwig in his defense, or it's my opinion for his defense, his way of being overly hyped and being snarky and being a smart ass know-it-all is intentional, but it has the transparency. You as the viewer, or most people as the viewers, are gonna know exactly that his way of being and all of the things that he says sometimes are like only the top layer, and there's definitely something beneath that he hints towards or makes fun of or brings up or whatever. He might be stupid or being hyped about something or telling a joke, but underneath it he might be taking a jab at something real. I don't know. It's a weird way. When I look at him, I feel like I'm with a dorky friend that really knows how to oversell what it is that we're into. I don't know, like drama club. I don't know. They're an actor that is really good at their job. I don't know. Something like that.
5,400 partners. Those are people who I would say have made it. And made it is loose because to be a partner, to apply, you only need 75 average viewers, which, it's a good amount. And there's weird things that they do that they accept and don't accept. But at the end of the day,
Like I said, I don't indulge in all of his content. I watch some of it.
Here on Twitch. And so
I could say for research purposes, it's not my thing. It's definitely not my thing.
Mathematically, about
100% not my thing.
150 people will make it. The other
It's never gonna be.
21,000 XXX, peace. GG. It's just a fact. It is just a numbers game. And look, don't let that be
I want to
too
be the
daunting to you, 'cause there are
Peter
some
McKinnon
pros.
of
First of all,
Twitch.
you make your own hours when you
That would be
stream,
cool.
and that's a good thing. That's really hype. You're your own boss.
Are you from Europe?
This is
Yes,
just for
I
some
am from
reference. This is
Germany.
how many hours I work.
I'm
It's not
Romanian,
insane.
but
It's
I
not
live
as
in
many
Germany.
as someone who's like a doctor or whatever, but I streamed this many hours, November, December, January, past 3 months, and I spend about 25 hours a month on YouTube. That's one, making thumbnails
Was?
and titles,
Deutschland?
but mostly actually
Sehr
just
gut.
looking at what
Dankeschön.
works and
Natürlich.
trying to re-emulate that success. And then like 20 hours on business, whether it's like
Willkommen.
calls for sponsors, or like when I do a stream on chess.com, or whatever it is, I spend I would say roughly 200 plus hours a month. And then there's also the aspect that I'm always on. You know what I mean? Like I
Österreich?
have to have my phone and my Twitter notifications ready in case something big happens. Whether Corpse tweeted at me or they need an Among Us player. You know what I mean? Like I just have to be
Hey, Joey.
available. I can never necessarily be off. But I
What you doing?
about 200 plus hours a month. You don't have to be available. Sure, I don't necessarily have to, but I would lose out on
Almost.
growth if I'm not. And I think that part of the reason I'm successful is because I am available. And you'll see people like Carl Jacobs, who's blown up. Doesn't matter if you like him or hate him. Carl Jacobs is blown up on Twitter and Twitch and every platform. And Carl has post notifications for every big YouTuber. So if they tweet, he sees it, he replies. People see him in the replies all the time. You'll see Carl on your timeline. I guarantee it. And it's because Carl is never off. He's always on. Yeah, maybe that's only an hour of Carl's day that he's on Twitter, but it's also an hour, 5 minutes from 9 till 9. You know what I mean? There's just something to keep in mind. But you can make a lot of money. And this is how much streamers make. This is rough. I don't think
I don't know. I give up.
Specific numbers.
Sorry.
Goes against a contract. But roughly, if you average 100 viewers, I think you can expect to make about 1,500 on stream. Honestly, if you're a smaller streamer, the amount of money you will make will be higher because people like supporting smaller streamers, so you'll have more.
Part of Romania belong to that country? What do you mean, Hungary? Hello, Joy. Say hello. Purr. Nagyon jó. Semmi baj. Fele magyar vagyok, úgyis. Haha, didn't see that coming. I'm bad at reading. I don't think I can I can probably decipher Erdeli. Yeah, my grandparents are of Hungarian descent. Still Romanian, but of Hungarian descent. Anyways, back to Ludwig. Sorry, guys. So, he's telling us facts, a lot of facts. Now I can indulge with you guys a little bit on this behalf and let him ramble on, because those are not really the kind of things that help us with what motivates us. Sure, money.
It's kinda like a
Money
bell curve
helps you do
where
things.
people really like giving money to smaller streamers, and then middling streamers like 1,000 to 5,000, not so much, and then big streamers, they go back to being whales.
These
and
are just
stuff.
facts,
But
like
but
theoretical
this is per
facts.
month. This is monthly. I would say you make about
What does he
2,000 a
mean
month
by
if you average 100.
business? Well, here's the thing. You can make what he's telling us here. If we have like an average of 100 viewers, for instance, we can make about $1,500 just by streaming. That is basically money from Twitch directly, for subscriptions, for donations, for bits, stuff like that. No, he is, first of all, as a partner, you are never allowed to say exactly what you make. It's just the way contracts are, for content creators, for streamers, for stuff like that. So he's doing certain amounts that are around the normal thing that you could possibly make. You could probably make like 1,000, or maybe you could make 2,000. It depends. It's a very fluctuating thing. Now, obviously, when being paid, you're gonna have to pay taxes on that, so you're gonna be probably left with half of that, I would say. Let's say kind of half, maybe more, but half. Why he says YouTube? Well, you're gonna need like a YouTube channel, because like I said, you need to market yourself. So to bring in people to watch you, you need to make content outside of your live content, which are YouTube videos. If you have the time, definitely you can do them on your own. If you also have the skills, because skills and time are needed to make YouTube videos. It's not as easy as just dragging and dropping and hoping for the best. He actually says you're probably going to lose money on YouTube at 100 viewers, because if you have like an editor, you're going to have to pay the editor. And business is basically where you're going to have like sponsored streams or sponsored I don't know, gear or whatever. Maybe Logitech comes to you and says, oh, we're going to give you $100 for, I don't know, using our keyboard or something like that. I have no idea. I haven't been ever in my life being sponsored. I don't know how everything works. I know theories about such things, but that's basically what you would think of business-wise, right? It's brand deals, getting paid for sponsorships, stuff like that. Maybe they sponsor your YouTube videos, maybe they sponsor your live stream, maybe they sponsor you with gear or things like that are worth maybe in that behalf, not necessarily the money. That's what he's talking about.
Viewers. If you ever average 1,000, then you start making pretty good money. Honestly, I put negative here. I think you'd be losing money on YouTube at this point. You probably wouldn't be getting enough views, and then you're paying your editor. Please pay your editors, by the way. Okay? I don't care how much you love Bernie Sanders. You got to pay him.
You're right, Cam.
So you got to pay your editors. So you're probably losing money on YouTube. We'll get into that in a bit. You should still be doing YouTube. If you start getting to like 1,000 viewers, then you start making pretty good money. And bear in mind, this is before tax, and you'll be taxed a little bit more than a normal job as a contractor. But regardless, you still make pretty good money, and you have the upside to make a lot of money. Now, this 10,000 viewer number is obviously varies wildly, but I even looked at a streamer like Tens. That's actually where I pulled this. Tens, he has like 5,000 subs. He has a contract with an esports org. He has a thriving YouTube channel. Like, he is making a lot of money. There's definitely the ability to be a millionaire if you make it to the top. I will say, though, and this is important, let me switch over for just a moment. If you're wondering, because we talked about making it is 0.66%, let's just talk about making to that 10,000 viewer mark. You might be thinking and seeing millions in the eyes, which is great. I mean, sure, dream big, think big, whatever. But let's talk about Stans. I do a lot of streams of Stans. Stans averaged 400 viewers this past month. Stans has about 700 subs.
It's such a weird ass
0.06%
logo picture.
Think about that. You don't think of Stans as a big streamer, but in reality, he is top 5,000 of 6.9 million. This is
That's a
truly
lot.
impressive if you get here. Truly. And I mean that. That is a big deal, and it is very hard to do. But this is more realistically your upside when you start streaming rather than a channel like mine or a channel like XQC's. I know I told you to write down your goals and dream big, but also just understand the math and the numbers. Stans is a top 0.06%. He's the top like 10% of the top 0.6%, and that's all the partners. So that's just something to keep in mind. He's the top 10% of all partner streamers, and that is a
Not bad.
realistic goal to have.
I don't
You should
watch
at this
Stans. I
point,
have no idea what he
have
does.
found out
I
whether
also hate a
if you
lot
wrote
of
things down, you are even cut
what
out for
people are
step
doing
2 or
now.
not.
Just
But if you did write
watching
things
shows
down,
and reacting
you
to
did
things.
actually do what I told
I
you
don't
to
get
do.
that content.
Anyone can take advice
It's
for the second
weird. It's
part.
weird. It's very
How
weird.
do you
It's.
stream? You already figured
I
out
don't know.
that you do want to be a streamer.
I
why
might
you
try
wanna be a
it.
streamer,
I
what
might
your
try
goals
things
are as a
just for the
streamer.
heck of it,
How do you do
for
it?
the research,
How do you
and
stream?
document the
Well,
research
this is my
on it.
one advice, my biggest advice. Streams
Give my
are
feedback
recordings.
afterwards. That could
That's
be an
what it
interesting
is
thing to
in
do.
2021. That is the best way you can think about a Twitch stream. Why? Well, let's think about a YouTube video.
Streams
YouTube
are
videos have
recordings.
some pros that normal streams, conventional streams don't. YouTube videos have built-in growth mechanics.
Hi.
Right? The
Hello,
algorithm.
YouTube.
A YouTube video can pop off. A stream can't really pop off, you know? Like, you can go live and I, tomorrow, can buy a first edition booster box from Pokemon that cost me $400,000. And I can go live on a brand new channel and no one will see it. Literally no one. Because there's no way for you to know
I know,
that
that's
is
why I said
happening,
hello,
and
YouTube.
nobody is digging through the 5,000 zero viewer Andes, one viewer Andes on the just chatting section. So that's why Twitch fails in that aspect. YouTube doesn't. Also, YouTube is permanent. You upload a VOD on YouTube, a video.
What I
stays
haven't
there.
done till
Twitch,
now is I
it's
just
live, and
basically
then the
all the
VODs are up
time
for 60
took
days, and then they get deleted. And
my
let's be real,
entire
even if they did get
VOD
deleted,
of the
nobody
stream
goes
and
through to
just
find VODs. Not really. It doesn't really happen.
shot it in
It's
the
just a
YouTube
fact
verse.
that VODs are absolutely terrible on Twitch, and I don't see that changing. And so the permanence of a YouTube video means that
I
even
need
if
to
it doesn't
fluff
do
it
well
up a
in the
little
first
bit.
month, maybe a month or two from now, you'll be able to look back and be like, oh, this video
Trim
actually
it
did
a little
well.
bit.
You can't really do that with
Those are
streams.
things
For
that
example,
I
did a
might need to
stream
do
the other day. I did the
with these
higher,
kind of
lower
sections,
stream, and it did okay. I
face
had
to
an
face.
okay number of viewers on Twitch. I had like 22K. But it didn't do that great. But my YouTube video has, right now, 560,000 views, which is 100,000 above average. The fact that it's permanent on YouTube lets me see that. If I only had Twitch, I would be like, oh, if I play higher or lower on stream, it's only okay content. No, it's better than okay. It's just that people didn't know it was happening or weren't live to watch or busy, whatever. It's harder to get viewers on Twitch in the moment, and it's
True.
bad to gauge success off of your live viewer count when it can be influenced by so many variables and be so Dogecoin-esque, if I can. Next, structured format is better content. This
My streaming is also very, very limited due to the fact of my, first of all, small window, and second of all, I have like, I think, a bad time of doing this. Like, I don't know, time is irrelevant anyways. I'm a European streamer, not NA. We kind of go against them because my nighttime is like their day or morning, afternoon, whatever. It's when the big streamers are mostly live. I'm really up against like, okay, what difficulty do you want to play on? Uber hard plus. Oh, okay. Have fun. Okay, cool. Let's do it.
is general advice, but generally, YouTube videos are structured. I think we kind of know that. You know how a YouTube
You are
video
my
generally
target,
goes.
my friends.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back here with another. You know the vibe. Twitch streams don't have structure inherently built in, which usually makes them a bit worse. Structure just allows you to have
Get there.
a very concise beginning, middle, end. And a very concise beginning, middle, end is usually better than just a hodgepodge of whatever the hell you're doing while live. And then finally, every YouTube video is a lottery ticket. Like I said earlier, if you upload a YouTube video, it has a chance to pop off. It really does. If you go live, you're never really going to have that chance to blow up off of a stream. The only people I can think of that blew up off of a stream either were like collabing with somebody really big or came from a platform with a lot of viewers. Nobody just blew up out of nowhere overnight on Twitch. YouTube can happen overnight. I mean, literally overnight, you can blow up. And you've seen that time and time again. Dream literally was like a 10K Andy on YouTube at the start of 2020. He's doing pretty well. That would not happen if he only streamed. Admittedly, this whole thing was about how to stream, and we've only talked about YouTube videos. That's because it's time to start formatting your streams around your YouTube videos. So you have to stream for YouTube. Now, when I go live,
How to stream for YouTube. Introduce idea. We've done that.
For YouTube,
we talked about my 5-year thing.
Like filler time in between. And then I'll have some
We talked about watching a video and figuring shit out and resetting everything.
Very roughly, they work like this. They'll have a introduction, to the idea.
Meat
of
and potatoes.
What the segment is while you're
Hello,
streaming.
it's right
I'm
here.
Give you an
Hello,
example of a
Ludwig.
YouTuber doing this, 'cause I
Yep,
think
potato.
this is probably the single best YouTuber, and they get a credit for a lot of other things, but they don't get a lot of credit for this at introductions. And that's, of course, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, I think, is the best YouTuber at doing introductions. And even though we're talking about streaming,
He's very inspired by Mr.
away,
Beast.
You also can take away how to do these intros on Twitch. Let's just take a look at this.
In this video, we are going to be eating $100,000 golden ice cream,
I'm blown away. This is so good.
$5,000 mac and cheese,
This mac and cheese is magnificent.
$30,000 banana Foster,
Ooh, that's incredible.
and so much more, starting off with $100 ice cream and working our way up.
That was 19 seconds top to bottom. And what did the introduction do? Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. It introduced the idea, the concept, what they're doing in the stream. All right. So explain
Yes.
it if you're going to be watching what's happening. 2, it introduced stakes. Stakes are an integral idea into every stream. You need stakes in whatever you do.
My
It just
intro
makes it
was
better.
very
Stakes
long.
can be very small. It doesn't have to be
Fetched.
the amount of money. That's the stakes for this one. All right. So the idea is we're going to be eating expensive foods. The stakes are that every food will increase in price. And then it also says how this will end. How does this
So
whole journey come to a
idea-
close? Well, it comes to a close when we eat $100,000 ice cream. That is how it
Shorten
closes. So then the video, you can expect that of those
for
regular foods, the stakes increase.
intro
Right? There's more and more and more and more
of
expensive things. It ends when they eat that ice
stream
cream. That's the
slash
entire
vid.
thing. You can do the same thing on Twitch, and we do it all the time here on this channel. For example, we just did unbanned forms speedruns. Okay, introduce the idea. We're doing unbanned forms, but we're speedrunning it. Okay, that's the concept. What are the stakes? Well, the stakes are we want a good time. We want to try to get world record. This costs no money, but those are the stakes, trying to get a good
Ah, yes,
when
money.
we get to the conclusion, when we beat the time and get the world record. Very simple. All right. And the meat and potatoes are me just doing the runs.
I
Introduction
need
says
money.
everything that's gonna
I need
happen.
money to do
Conclusion is when I finally
stuff.
got the world record. Very easy, very straightforward. You don't necessarily need money.
It's a lot
but
of water.
You can create streams
Nice water.
in segments that have all 3 of these aspects. And when you stream for YouTube, the beautiful thing about it is your
Hey,
stream's
Trolley
better,
Bear.
but also
Hey there.
you get a YouTube video that is very easy to edit. You can just edit down because everything's built in. And you get to trim out all the fat until you have just this beautiful lean YouTube video that is the 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is.
Did he
of
just call me
gold
fat?
Of the 30-minute
How's it going? It's going great, man.
Win-win-win. There's
First
no
day
losing
back
here.
on
And don't get me wrong, it
streaming
is still fine
since
to go
last
live
year.
and do regular stream.
Taking
I
an
actually had a
absence in
problem
the last
when I first started streaming, where I
part
would
of the
only do
year.
segments. I was like, if it's not a segment, it does worse on viewership. There's no point. I just
We're
need to
doing
do
stuff.
segments. Well, you can do both. And I've learned that. That's something I had to learn, and I had to deal with things like numbers going down and viewership being bad, and that's something that takes a bit of time. That's like a personal journey. You just have to one day get over it. There's nothing I can tell you. You just have to one day get over it. But I've learned that I can do segments, plan out segments, and then do like I'll call it filler content. Think of XQC streams.
Filler
Most of this
content?
content is like, it's not really formed around YouTube videos. It's mostly just filler content, and it's not
Hey,
bad.
thank you so
I'm
much
not
for
saying
the
it's a bad
follow,
way to stream. It's kind of
Monsieur Trolley Bear.
It's always like thing to thing to thing. There's no dead air. It's
Thanks.
like chess, bang, done chess, react, bang, react, done react, bang. We're playing Super Mario now, bang, done that. Valorant time, and none of these are really.
Enjoy
gonna
your
be,
stay
like,
and
really
definitely
phenomenal
come
streams.
back soon.
These streams,
We got a lot
like
of work to
old
do,
streamers
and I
used
need
to
your
stream.
help.
I just don't
I need
think that
all
would
you
work
guys'
for
help.
people anymore.
Hey there,
It's not
Fritz.
2013.
Good evening
Competition's
to
too
yourself,
fierce.
too.
Your stream's probably not going to get found. You're probably not better than the good gamers at games. Probably not funnier than the funniest people at being funny. And even if you are,
True.
you have to be not as funny as Moon Moon. You have to be funnier than Moon Moon to get found because people
Sup?
already know who Moon Moon is. So rather than stream like XQC,
A white ceiling.
stream for YouTube. And you can do both, but just remember to include segments. Just promise me you will not do the grinding, hustling, 9 to 5, putting in my 8 hours. Because that is all bullshit and a waste of your fucking time. You are literally doing nothing. It is
Thank you,
not just
Ludwig.
going live that matters. It doesn't. Next, this is just one quick example, which is
I'm gonna
another
start
video.
at
Example
8
of 2 streams.
every
No
day.
shots. Blouse Toys actually had
Not
4 views.
necessarily gonna
This is Blouse
shoot
Toys
for the
stream,
stars
ranked
with
Valorant
long
friends.
streams, but
And then Stans is ranking
I want to
favorite
shoot for
avatar
the stars
groups.
with creating
Okay,
content.
Which one probably transfers to a YouTube video better? Now we can ignore
That's a
factors
good.
like
That's
copyright
a
for now,
good
just for this
start. I
example.
would
I
say.
just screenshotted 2 random streams I saw yesterday when I was making this slideshow. I think you guys would probably agree that Stans makes a very natural YouTube video. Blouse Toys is just kind of like a Valorant highlight for a guy who is okay at Valorant. And it's a great stream. Maybe he's having fun, but this will not help you grow. We can admit that. He probably won't grow unless he suddenly becomes radiant or has a lot of knowledge or is a really funny player in Valorant that is missing. Realistically, Stans' stream will have a video that will help him grow a little more. It's also important to form ideas, and this is an interesting concept, form ideas around titles. So if you have the title of what you're going to do, you can form the idea around it. And that's kind of like all of Small Ant's channel. So I think Small Ant is a really excellent streamer and YouTuber. But let's just take a look at his YouTube channel for a moment. All
Idea
of these are just
shorten
really
for
interesting
intro
and
of
engaging
stream.
titles. I turn the floor in Mario Odyssey to lava.
Titles.
Pokemon Ruby, but all opponents have Wonder Guard. A Breath of the Wild YouTuber thought he was better than me. Can you beat Evan Tide Island without touching the ground? If you
Idea.
form a concept, a stream around just
Around.
the title, you write your clickbait for you, you write your title for you, and the
Title.
content will be very natural.
I
It's a lot of
actually
work.
spelled
People, it's
title.
really hard to
Can
beat
you
all
please
this,
react to my
but it's a good
original
way to do it.
song?
So for example,
Love
if I
to
wanna
hear
beat
your
Pogo
thoughts.
Stuck Upside Down,
It's on all
I'm
music
working with the title.
platforms.
I beat Pogo Stuck, but it was upside down. That's my title. That's what I'm working with. And then the content will write itself. So Small Ant, great example of that. Great example of having titles, both in streams, because he streams all of this, by the way. He streams all of this that translate to good
I'll think about
YouTube
it.
videos. All right, let's go next. The 3 ways to grow. Okay, 3 ways to grow. We've talked a bit about the middle one. We're gonna
So
go on a
collabs
little
are
bit. Let's start
out
with
for me
collabs.
for now.
Collaboration is probably one of the best ways to grow.
It's
I
very
am
hard
not
for my
dumb. I
time
am
schedule to
not
actually
oblivious to the
implement
fact that
collabing
I
with
have
someone.
used Corpse, Technoblade, Sykuno, Pokimane, you name it, and it's helped me grow.
Also, I'm
that's just a
restricted
fact. If you collaborate with
certain
people,
forms.
it helps you grow, and it needs to be in somewhat
Don't need
of an
much time to
in an
think about
authentic
it.
way. Obviously, if
Oh,
your
I
content
need
is
a
personal
lot
with
of time.
someone, then it won't
I can't really
go
listen
well
to
together,
music right
but
now.
collabs just help. They really help. It's
Feel
a
free to
thing.
join the
You can
Discord
speak
if you want, and you
as
can
on the nose as when
put a link
Extras brought on
there,
Syndicate to his YouTube
and
channel, and then
I'll
Syndicate blew up into a
listen to it.
Extras. That's something that happened a
And
few
if
years
it's
ago.
something that
Or you can
I
think of
know
it
I
as
can
minute as an Among Us game
create
where
content
Yeti makes a
around,
brilliant
I
play,
will
and
react
everyone's
to
like,
it.
"Who's this Yeti Apocalypse guy?" Like,
Live,
yes,
maybe.
You also have to be good.
If
You also have
not,
to have a
at
good
least in a
bedrock of
video.
content. It's not as
How's that?
easy as just streaming with someone.
The
'Cause I
best you're
promise
gonna
you, I've
get
streamed with a bunch of people
is
on Among
I'm
Us
gonna listen
who
to
have
it.
15 viewers when we
I'm gonna
started.
write something in the
I have 15
Discord.
viewers now. But if you have some sort of skills, some bedrock of content that people
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
absorb the moment they see you,
I
and you're
don't want to be
exposed,
offensive right
you're gonna
now,
do well. Does that make
but
sense? You need to have something there
the
ready.
biggest
so let's think
thing
of the Mr. Beast Challenge
in
1 video.
the
Mr.
whole
Beast did a challenge,
industry
shouted out the channel of a winner.
of
The idea
live
was,
streams
get this
and
person, 1 million
basically YouTube
subscribers.
videos or
Contest
whatever
where you get the
content
winner
that
of
you
the
do
contest 1 million subs. And the
revolves
guy who
around
won was Zealous. Zealous
music,
is at 2 million subs. And the only reason he's
DMCAs,
there is because he
stuff
had
like that.
content that
I'm
one
never
was
gonna
quite
risk,
similar to Mr. Beast's,
never
already there as
gonna
bedrock.
risk
If Mr. Beast
my
shouted out a
channel,
channel that had never posted a video,
even
they're
though
not gonna go
I
there.
am
And
a
look
0
no
viewer
further
Andy.
than every time a big streamer hosts a 20 viewer Andy. You host a 20 viewer Andy, they're not ready for it, they don't have the content for it. You look back a month later,
I
still a
believe
20
you.
viewer Andy. I remember so
I
vividly Shroud
believe you.
saying that
I
Twitch
could
is a
say I
lottery,
trust you,
rating or hosting some
even though
random
it's
guy
just
playing
math.
some, like, it was like
It's
Dead
not
Cell or something. I
that.
forget exactly the game.
But
And I looked
I
back-
have
I looked
no
back,
guarantee.
like 2 weeks later to see that guy's channel, same number of viewers.
No
as before the
guarantee.
Shroud raid. His content wasn't ready. It literally just wasn't ready. So collabs are good, but you need to have a bedrock of content to make them work. And they don't have to be with insanely large
You want
streamers.
specifics.
You can have a whole that's better than the sum of its parts when you work with other people.
That I
and
can't
that's totally fine as well. Doesn't have to be necessarily
give to you.
huge streamers. Also, one more note on collabs.
I gave you an
Please don't be
alternative.
lazy about it. I get
You either
email
want
every
that,
day about someone saying, "Hey, can we do an
work with
interview?
me,
I have an interview where I
do the
interview
magic."
streamers." It doesn't, and maybe I'm wrong.
You're missing out
feel
plenty of
like
doors
these
and
are
people
all
you could
huge
meet.
Larry King fans who love the art of the interview. It just
Possibly.
feels like the easiest, most thoughtless way
That's just life.
to interact with a large streamer so that you get some growth from it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is the vibe that I get. And when you send an email out for that, that's all you do. It's lazy. It's not going to work. I promise you it's not going to do that much for you. The people who have really succeeded in collabs with larger streamers have done things, and bear in mind, all streamers are lazy, that the streamers really like, enjoy, and it's so
I'm not
it's so,
lazy.
I promise you, painlessly
All the
free
time.
to interact with streamers. And just look no further than the Dr. Disrespect alleyway.
I'm actually not
That was
lazy.
made
I'm just.
by
I-
a
I
man
feel like I'm
called
just
J+1.
constricted.
And you might be asking, well, who's that guy? Well, this is the guy who took a random clip of Doc singing while playing Warzone, I believe, called Give 'Em Love, and then made it into a fire song. Put it on Doc's subreddit. I think he actually might have donated. And then all of a sudden, Doc loves it. And when Doc wants a song, he's like, well, I'm hitting up J+1. Same thing's happened to me with ex-girlfriend, with my editor Polite, with people who I've played Among Us with. Think Otto.
The door is open
Otto,
right
that
now that I'm
motherfucker
here, but
leached
once
his
I'm
way
big
in,
like Justin
but he
Bieber, the
had
door that
something
has
to
been
offer of value.
closed.
He actually was
Okay.
a godlike programmer
Then
who could
has
make
been
things
closed.
that were valuable.
Dude,
I used Otto. I needed
I
Otto for
swear.
content.
I wish you all the
great.
best.
And now he has like 500 plus viewers.
And
That's
if you ever
great.
get to
He
that
didn't send me an email
status,
saying, "Hey Ludwig, I make programs."
I don't really
He made a program for
condemn
me, put it on
you.
my subreddit. So make something.
You don't
put it on
have
the
to
subreddit. Donate with a link, whatever it is.
be with
There's
us
1,000
mortals.
examples of this working. It can
Still.
work again. That's how you
You're gonna
collab
be
with
in a
someone big,
different circle
or you can just
anyway.
collab with someone smaller,
And it's just the way it
or
is.
your size, and that is also easier as well. Does that make
Your
sense?
friends, your
Next,
groups
outside traction.
that you are
Look,
in
I know
now,
conventionally everyone
they are
knows,
there.
like, hey, you gotta be
once you
posting
reach a
on
new
YouTube
level,
and
like
TikTok
your
and
Justin
Twitter,
Bieber face,
and that's great, and that is true.
you're gonna
That
be
is
in
all
different
true.
circles.
Does not
Now,
have to be
either
from
all
like
of your
Twitch,
other
as
friends
other sites do.
reach the
It can
same
bring viewers
status
from those
with
sites
you,
over to
then
Twitch to
you're on
stream
the
or wherever
same
you wanna stream. It can
circle,
also
surface.
mean getting outside
Again,
traction
if
from
not,
community.
they're all gonna
You don't just
be
have
left
to post
behind.
to the void of YouTube and hope that
Thank you so
some
much for
people find
dropping by.
I was a
You
part
wish to
of the
drop
Super
by
Smash Bros.
ever
Melee
again?
community. In a very
I'll be
genuine way.
here.
It's my favorite game of all time. I made a lot of friends from it.
Gonna
and I make
ask you how you're
content
doing,
for it.
Bieber.
And it is a lot easier, I promise you, to get noticed in a community that small when I post on their subreddit a YouTube video I made and get traction that way, than to just post on the YouTubes. That is a lot
The
harder.
YouTubes.
I promise you that is a lot harder. So if you have a community you're in, and it does have to be authentic, right? You can't, people are smart. Like, people are smart. People can tell very quickly when you're inauthentic or like clout chasing, and they'll call you out for it, and it'll be a mess. It won't be worth the time. But if you're in a community in an authentic
That's what
way,
I was
you can
saying.
make content for it. You can grow.
I can
within that
tell he's
community.
not that.
And then
He's
after
real.
doing
He's
that,
just the way he is.
expand that to something else. Variety streaming, whatever it is. You know what I mean? A lot of people you like blew up parts of smaller communities. Moon's name is Moon Overwatch, XQC Overwatch. Without that Overwatch community, they don't make it to where they are today, right? They need
Really?
that community as
XQC
a
was in
foothold.
Overwatch
Me,
first?
with Smash. Minecraft speedrunning. Sure, it's a larger community, but still, without that speedrunning community, I don't know if Dream makes it where he makes it today. If he didn't know how to be that good at the game, maybe he doesn't. I don't think he does. So you just have to think of it as outside traction, not
I'm
just
such
being
an
posted
idiot
on these outside
sometimes.
sites, but trying to find smaller communities or being part of them in authentic ways, offering value, making videos, being a part of it, and growing
One in
from
the
there,
community
and then maybe you can grow on
revolving a
consistent content.
game, which we're gonna
Finally,
play this
the last
year,
way to grow are
is gonna be
big
Stardew Valley.
events. Okay, big events. If
I
you
always
do
wanted to
something
play that
big,
game. I
if
think
you
it's a
hype it
nice,
up
wholesome
enough,
game. I
if
love
you
pixel
open a
pixel
first
art
edition
games.
base set box, and you let people know. I mean, obviously you have to do some
I
marketing.
just want to
It'll
play
blow
it.
up. Maybe not on the stream, but on YouTube.
I
it
know
will.
it
If you
has a
post YouTube video
huge,
of you
huge,
opening
nice,
a first edition
authentic,
box of Pokemon cards for $400,000,
cool, supportive
and then
community around
burn
it.
the cards after. If that's your YouTube video, which is fair enough, your money, it will blow up. It will. That's just a fact. Really good
Gotta figure
content
out some
comes
stakes
above
around
all
it.
else. And I think Mr. Beast is a big believer in that. And it's true. And you can think of every video he does as a big event. And the same thing can happen on stream. It just requires a little bit more marketing. And maybe this is something more valuable for someone with like 50, 100 viewers. You can hype things up. But I've done a bunch of big events. You know, Pokemon Week. Pokemon Week, we hyped that up for a while. Long time. I set all of that up. I reached out to all the streamers. I hooked them up with all the boxes. I set up the days for it. I made the marketing. I made the YouTube videos for it. And I hit 100,000 viewers on Twitch. I have never been close to that milestone before then. My most was like 60,000 with a host, 40,000 without.
That's
I
a lot of
overdoubled it
views.
because I did a big event. Big events will help you grow. I know you got to focus on the day-to-day, but you can't
You
get
need to
lost
plan
in the
a lot.
day-to-day and not do these large events. You got to spice
I have
things
an
up. You gotta
idea for a
make
big
sure
event.
that you're always innovating,
I'm
trying to
just
do
gonna leave that for
big events
you guys
are
to
important. Hosts and raids are fickle.
pull
and
my
I don't want you
fingers
to think of
until
them as
I
growth
spew it
mechanisms,
out.
because they rarely, if ever,
'Cause I ain't gonna
are.
do it
And,
now.
People overvalue them in a major
Oh,
way.
he's still
So
going.
now we know how to grow. We know that you want to stream, why you want to stream, what your goals are for stream, how to stream. Now we have to think of ideas that work for you. I'm giving you examples of my life, of Mr. Beast, of Small Ant, but maybe those don't work for you. And a lot of ideas that we do won't work for you. It's just a fact that you will not likely, and maybe I'm wrong, have a relationship with
Yeah, these are
techno
very
to stream with it. That is
clickbaity kind of
probably just the
ideas.
case. You probably just
What
won't
do you
make
stream?
anything work. There is one thing that I've done.
Sorry, I had to
that
fast
will
forward a
always
little
work.
bit.
It's tried and true.
His ideas are his
This
ideas.
is the number one thing you need to stream to make it big. The yoink and twist, baby. What everybody else is doing. That's right. Yes. Yes, you do not have to rewrite the entire playbook. We do not need a New Testament. We're good. Jesus got it down the first time. Yoink and twist. Look, I'm not saying to carbon copy because people notice, people will make fun of you.
Yoink
You
and
can't
twist.
just do it one-to-one because honestly, you won't do it as good most of the time anyway. You can yoink and twist. So I saw, here's one example. This video Soda Poppin did a few years ago. When Stream goes shopping for $1,000, you know what he would do in this video? There's a stream that he made a video. He would have people send him links and he would click on them and he would either buy them or not buy them. It was totally his decision. He was like, oh, this is funny, I'll buy it. Or, oh, this isn't funny, I'm not gonna buy it. That was it. And I was like, that's interesting. But what if I did that and I had chat vote? That might be kind of funnier if chat is the one who votes. That way I literally have no say. It adds a little bit more stakes. It gets chat a little bit more involved, and it
That's true.
allows for,
I actually
like,
watched
think, a
some of
little bit
these things.
cooler of, an
They're
experience.
funny. I
And
mean,
I saw this Mr. Beast video. I gave my credit card to random people. And I thought, well, I'm doing this Amazon stream. But in reality, what I'm
obviously
doing
not
is, since
something
I'm
that
letting
I
them
can
vote,
do
I'm
because
kind
I
of
don't
just
have.
giving my credit card to stream. So I saw this thumbnail. I kind of made my own version for my content that was originally based off a video I saw Soda Poppin make. And so you add both of those together and you get, I gave my credit card to stream. And that's it. And that's it. And that's the total entire idea of how I came up with this video. And the video did pretty well for me. 557,000 views is well above average. That's a good amount of views for me.
Not bad.
It certainly didn't beat the originals, which is why you can't be a carbon copy anyway, because you do cap yourself at a ceiling. So you have to pull from a lot of people. And this is fine to do. Like, maybe it feels scummy or bad, but I promise you that there is very little to no originality in streaming or YouTube. Mizkif is swapping his unbanned forms with Maya today. Wow, that's a really good idea, Mizkif. I like it a lot. Let's just go ahead and take a look at a video I made a couple of days ago. Oh, I swapped streams with Cutie Cinderella. Oh, interesting. Oh, it was unbanned forms. Huh, interesting. That's fine. I don't have any claim over it, all right? But at the end of the day,
Okay.
if you are the first to it, you will probably be more successful. If they don't add their own twist, they are capped to what they pulled from. That's just how it works. You have to add your own twist or else you have a ceiling. All right, let's give you another example. Point Pro Wikipedia race. Point Pro totally yoinked this for me as well. Wikipedia race runs are insane. It's a direct one-to-one yoink. It doesn't feel like there's anything really new to it, but he's capped because my video got 1.6 mil. He's half of that. He probably will not beat the number of views I got. He needs to add a twist unless he wants to be stuck at that ceiling. You got to add your twist. You laugh, you lose. I've done a lot of you laugh, you loses. That's not new. I have a ceiling of other people who've done you laugh, you loses. You laugh, but the video ends. There's the twist. That video has over 1 million views. I was the first person I know of to do that. Now it's been yoinked several times, and actually I've stopped doing it, and it's been yoinked so much that it's not even considered my idea anymore. But regardless, the point is you need to yoink, but you need to twist. This is why we brought up the 3 to 5 creators. Who did you write down? Look right now who you wrote down. Who are the 3 to 5 that you want to emulate? Those are the people, first and foremost, that you're going to want to look from. You want to see what they've done.
Peter
that
McKinnon.
maybe you could yoink.
Oh.
Could you yoink and twist this? Is that possible to do?
Hey, thank you so much for the follows, Craft.
It's fine. You don't have to come up with it all right now.
Dankeschön. Köszönöm. Mulțumesc.
Because at the end of the day,
Arigato.
very simply, this is how streaming and more importantly YouTube.
Grazie.
You do things. Throw shit at a wall. One day, shit hits, sticks, stays. And you have to keep doing that thing. You have to keep pumping out that shit while also having R&D for new shit to be thrown and eventually stick as well. And you can think of every creator you like.
That's okay. You don't need to type. I can read between the lines.
You like Dream. Okay. Minecraft Manhunt. He one day decided to do it, threw shit at a wall. It stuck. Now he always does Minecraft Manhunts. He keeps doing that. He also has to throw in new things because maybe Minecraft Manhunt will one day get old. And so you need to make sure that you're doing new things. That way your viewership continues to grow. But the main idea is when you do something that works, you keep doing it. All right? Which brings me to a quote. This is the most important
At a
quote,
certain
the most
point,
helpful
growth
quote
becomes
I have
more
ever come
about
across
consistency
here on
than
YouTube. I think
creativity.
about it almost every day. At a certain point, growth becomes more about consistency than creativity. That's from
I think it's a
Now, I'm not
blend
trying to
of
farm
both.
Sages, but this genuinely has been one of the most helpful things anyone's ever said. And it is so
Blend
true.
of both,
When you do
I would
something
say.
that works, you keep doing it. You don't have to come up with new
This
ideas.
guy seems
It's
to have too
exhausting,
much.
It's tiring. It'll take too much time. It won't be
He's
worth
not
the
th-
effort.
he's not that way
It's
in
not
real
as
life.
much
He's
a creative
more
endeavor as,
chill.
poetry.
You can
Yeah,
you can
express some
sometimes,
creativity, but
if you
wanna
watch
make it
some of
big,
his
it
videos,
is
you can
not just about
sometimes
that.
see
Summoning Salt. All of his
where he
videos,
has
one
this,
day decided to do,
just like I am
history
now,
speedruns,
a little bit
popped
more
out. Now that's all he does.
retained.
Maybe one day he was like, oh, I'm going to make many different YouTube videos. No, that's not what he does anymore. He
And the
does
more
one.
you see it,
And
the more you
sometimes
kind
it
of
can be a little scary because you might
see the other
pigeonhole
things where
yourself
he's like
into only the one
super
thing that's worked.
exaggerated
So you do need to
on
have
good
a
terms.
balance. You need to make sure that even though you're doing the same old things, you're also doing new
Like
things.
even his
I think
intros to the
sometimes
videos,
I
if you're
actually
gonna watch
don't
them,
do enough
the whole
recycling content as much as it is. I don't think I've done enough uses. I don't think I played enough.
I can't really
abundant at the
scream right
start,
now,
to
but
be
you get the
totally
idea.
honest with you. I think that I didn't do it enough. I was
The
like, I wanna do
plan
new
is
things. And I could have grown
simple.
a little bit more had I decided to either stick with Among Us early on or stick with You Laugh, You Loses. Instead, I was like, no, I'm going to do new endeavors. And that probably made me grow a little slower. So I have to think about that. I have to think about that all the time. You got to think about that as well. And every creator you look at, look through the YouTube channel, they've probably done something that you really like a lot of times in the past and will do a lot of times again in the future. Because viewers only like what they know. How is a viewer supposed to like something you haven't done yet? If anything, they're apprehensive to it. They'll probably want you to do the thing that they liked because they know that they like that, rather than you bringing new thing to them and then being like, well, I don't know if I like this thing and I like this thing, so let's just make sure we do this thing. AKA my chat spamming for me to play Monkey Ball. That is the same scenario. Maybe I can play Monkey Ball. Maybe I can cop another 500K on YouTube. That is consistency over creativity. And there are lines where you have to draw in the sand where you're like, I don't want to keep doing this. I'm tired of this. And that's fine, but just keep this quote in mind. And that brings us to our final slide. If you want to make it big on Twitch, if you want to be a bigger streamer than me, you're just starting out, you simply have to be better. You have to be a better streamer than I am. You cannot even be as good as me. That will not be enough. Unfortunately, the rich get richer. The big channels get more viewers. I'm at the top of all categories
better.
I stream on. My YouTube videos get recommended more than you. So whatever you're doing, it cannot just be what I'm doing. You need to do it better than me if you hope to get bigger than me. That's the plain, simple truth. And it's not easy advice, and it's very hard to do, and it'll take years, but it is the actual fact of the matter. There's no growth mechanism for small streamers that will let you leapfrog me in views. So you got to do it the good old-fashioned way by just simply being a better streamer. If you use all these tips, you'll get close. you won't get past me because you'll be operating on the knowledge that I have. So you'll need to pull knowledge from other places. I'm not the end-all informant on how to get big on Twitch. I'm just a guy who happened to pop off and has some things he learned along the way. There are other resources you can use. If you want the nitty-gritty details, I'm not the guy for it. It's things like, what mic do I use? When do I stream? What camera do I use? Do I use a camera? Well, just go to Alpha Gaming on YouTube. That's the one place I've seen. I've read it. I've read it as a small streamer.
Yep.
I've read it as a big streamer. I've watched it. Harris Heller knows his shit. He literally does. If you ever want to know the specifics of weird streaming stuff, that's your guy. I'm not the best guy for that. No big streamer is, because it's pretty basic info and probably the most given advice for people. And I think in part also the least valuable. It's important, don't get me wrong, your stream setup, but it's not like what defines you. For every nice stream setup, there is an example of
Harris
someone
Heller
with
is
no
cool.
mic using a Blue Yeti
Also,
or worse.
very inspired by
Technoblade
Peter
uses a fucking
McKinnon.
Blue Yeti. You know Technoblade had
Just
one
saying.
monitor until last month? So,
Just saying.
yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't super matter, but it is somewhat important. In Alpha Gaming, that's your guy.
Really like Alpha Gaming. He also has Stream Beats by Harris Heller. He's a really cool, chill dude. Very upfront about gear, about streaming, about news that revolves in the streaming world. He's done it on Twitch. He moved to YouTube. He just has a lot of knowledge. There are like, you can say there's a handful of honest creators that help you out with what it means to stream in regards to tech, programs, things to do, things to try, troubleshooting, and a whole lot of other things. There's Harris Heller with his Alpha Gaming channel. There's Epos Fox. There's Gaming Careers. Like, those are my top 3 ones that I really know of that are really good and really genuine. And then I have a 4th one, which is kind of a new one. It's Nutty. Nutty is cool and interesting. He's a really down-to-earth, funny guy, not taking himself very seriously, and I really like that about him. But he does things on a different level, where it's more on like how to create scenes or do specific effects for your stream, or gimmicky things that look cool, or I don't know, things like that on that matter. I really like him because you get to see things that you didn't think about, or that might inspire you in different ways to be different than all the other carbon copies of carbon copies of carbon copies of the top streamers.
And that's it.
Just
That's
saying.
all I got for you. That is all the tips I have. That's my entire
Thanks for your
spiel.
tips.
So let's do this
Ludwig.
one more time. Let's do a poll. How many of you want to be streamers? Knowing everything you do now, do you still want to do it?
Oh, more people want to be now. Great. Anyways, Ludwig, thank you so much for the video. It was definitely a long-ass video, almost an hour-long video. Very true, very real. The advice you give is real. It's not fake bullshit on how to become a streamer, and everyone kind of gives the same quote-unquote advice. I'm gonna try it. I've definitely done some of the steps that you said. So we got the be better that you said at the end, which is also not focusing. I hate my camera sometimes. Be better. I think we should start with that and also end with that. And then we got, do you want to be a streamer? Obviously, yes. Why? Well, starting date is today. We got 1 year goals, which for me are going to go for 5 years long. It's the time period that we gave ourselves. We have the complete brand reset of NibletK. long story short, everything that is NibletK, our YouTube, our Twitch, our social media, and myself included, because I am the brand, is gonna get a huge overhaul, setback, rework. I don't know, version 2.0.0107. I don't know. We're gonna do a lot of shit, and we're gonna do it together. We also got the community growth plus help plus decisions. I want to grow the community to a point where you guys are going to be more involved in decision making and helping me out, helping ourselves out to grow. So anything is going to be transparent on this channel in regarding to all the content, and also possibly sponsorships and stuff like that that we're going to do are all going to be decided by you. If I'm going to do something or if I'm not going to do something, I'll come up with ideas, you're going to come up with ideas, and we're going to decide on them together. And then we're going to focus on YouTube, which is videos. And also, as a side thing, I want to focus more this year on the pirate bar. I did say I want to get more into the whole drinking spiel. Drinking moderately. I want to get to learn drinks. I don't want to be a drunk. That's not what I'm intending. And obviously, the end goal is to stream games. Hopefully, at one point, full time. And that's a little side note for me over there. Then the creators that we emulate are Aaron McKinnon, Jeremy Sires, and our streamers that are my favorite, and the ones that I try to emulate or want to emulate is Co-Carnage and Eat Me JP. A combination of that is what I want to be. That actually rant a little bit. So here are a couple of thoughts that he said. Ideas have to be shortened for intro of the stream, or which actually is going to be like the intro for the video. And then ideas should revolve around also the title, because titles are like clickbait and they help the thumbnails and stuff like that. It's all like a big marketing thing. Clickbait title doesn't necessarily mean it has to be something that is untrue. It just has to be something that is catchy, that hooks your attention to get you to click on my content, basically. And then the content has to do the rest of the work and everything else. And on that note, the last thing I have over here is our little thanks for watching, guys, and see you soon. If you guys enjoyed that, I'll see you guys again tomorrow, hopefully. If not, I don't know how the schedule is going to be all around, but I'm going to give it my best. Five days a week, Monday to Friday. Like I said, I'm gonna give it the best. The whole other thing and the other spiel is just life. It's just life that runs around 24/7. What you gonna do? Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the support. Have a great rest of the day, as some may say. And I'll see you guys back again tomorrow. Soon. Bye.